told me to tone it down. um, but I just want to give you all just a little background on who I am and just what holistic medicine is. And, I look forward to meeting with you all on some Tuesdays for Momentum Mornings. And it is amazing to see people up and ready to learn. So again, my name is Deyon Turner. I am a holistic health practitioner, naturopathic doctor. I do different health modalities such as reflexology, iridology, functional medicine labs, things of that nature. What holistic medicine is the mind, the body, and the spirit. So we want to activate our body's innate healing mechanisms because the human body is not designed to be sick. So with that being said, the Atomy products are all plant-based. Our body can recognize the products as food, and so that way we're able to utilize those things. I come from a long history of healthcare. I had my first job at a nursing home when I was 14, and I was a CNA, coming up, and then an LPN, then an RN, and then now to be a naturopathic doctor. About 6 years ago, I lost my father to a long list of health concerns, a long list of medications. 6 months later, then my grandmother, same thing. And at that point, I decided to resign from my position as a nurse at the hospital and go back to school to be able to guide people into a more healthier way, be able to get you off these medications and make sure that you realize and know that your body can heal if you put it in the right environment. Again, it's a pleasure that CJ has invited me here today. I do have some key points of things that we'll just go through. And then I will give the floor back to CJ. If you all have any questions or anything, I'll also post my direct contact information. I'm always readily available to answer questions and help guide you to the right products that you should be getting with Atomy to optimize your health on an individualized level. It is not a one size fit all. So everybody's going to be different, and we want to make sure that we are complementing our bodies in that way. It doesn't take one day to get sick, so it doesn't take one day to heal. Some people will see results in 2 or 3 days, some people 2 or 3 weeks, and some people 2 or 3 months. But just know that your body is designed to heal. It is not designed to be sick. And so we have to lean more into the holistic realm and get out of the allopathic community to where there is a system of just treating the symptoms. So we'll go through some things here. And again, I apologize if you can't hear me, please let me know. So basically, as I was stating, holistic medicine is an approach to healthcare that treats the whole person. So that's mind, body, spirit, and emotions. With that being said, you can't just fix one thing and then not completely realign and fix everything. I always use the analogy as a car. Most of us have a car. If your engine light is on in your car and it's in the red line, it is indicating that something mechanically is going wrong in that engine and you are going to get a breakdown. The same thing with our body. The symptoms are telling you that something is going on in some organ, some cell, some place in the body. So you are getting a symptom such as a fever. A lot of us are taught as young children, hey, give our children Tylenol, give our children Motrin to bring that fever down, but the body is heating up so that it can kill the bacteria to get what pathogen has entered the body or what is causing the concern. Same thing with sneezing. A lot of people are, sneezing and they, contribute that to seasonal allergies and things like that. Most times something did come in that caused that, but not all the time does it need to be stopped because your body knows how to get it out. That's why you're getting it out of your system. And so with this in mind, we want to always come down to the root cause of the concern, the root cause of the problem. And again, making sure that you have phytonutrients, making sure that you're eating a good diet, making sure that you're getting sunlight and that you're moving. A lot of you may have heard the term, if you don't move it, you'll lose it. So you want to move and you want to make sure that you are doing it from a whole person aspect. The things that we put on our skin plays a major component. The skin is one of our largest organs besides our liver. So we want to make sure that we're using products such as we're washing our clothes in natural holistic products. We're using lotions and oils that are naturally utilized by our body, and we want to lessen the risk of being having to detox. With that being said, the body detoxes on its own. We know how to restore and reheal as we sleep. So that's why when we get up, they call it breakfast. So we're breaking the fast. We're breaking the time that the body has been healing, and then we're reintroducing food into our diet. A lot of people have heard of me speaking of the noni. If you're taking supplements, that is an excellent supplement to break your fast with. So that way you are feeding those cells and you're feeding your body adequate nutrition head on. We do start our days out a lot of times with coffees and donuts and sausage biscuits and things like that. And if you are someone that eats those things, that's okay. But push it back a little bit. Feed your body nutrients first. Come in with your noni, come in with your hemohim, feed those cells and allow it to completely finish regenerating. And then you can introduce those foods into your diet. And then so far, do we have any questions? No. Okay. You all are quiet. You're kind of sleepy like me. And so, with that being said, CJ, did you want me to hit any other key points this morning?
Okay, so there are three issues that I grow more and more concerned about in recent times, Dr. Deyon. Uh, I lost two friends, associates. It
Mm-hmm.
was all about liver damage. And when the fatigue was very, very, very evident, but no one thought that, you know, we tend to be a little laid back and we don't understand our bodies. And the body was speaking. Sadly, by the time there was medical intervention, it was too late. And and so I'm still mourning the loss of loved ones who they passed on because they were not attending to liver health.
I understand that.
Of course, we have the milk thistle here, and
Right.
and the next thing is that I'm concerned about is, yeah, we're in this festive season, and here goes the alcohol and the this and the that and the overload, and we don't pay attention to the detoxing and the getting out all that garbage. So the new year comes around and we go into the new year with all that heavy uh, stuff still in the colon.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, these things, then the parasite invasion, uh, that we still do not understand how this is affecting our mood, etc., and just the way we do what we do. These are some concerns, Dr. Dion, and I'm hoping that somewhere in the conversation we can address some of these issues. Liver
Okay.
health,
Yes.
kidney health, yeah,
Oh,
detox.
absolutely. And that's a lot of things that I stand by. I feel that getting a clean foundation is
Ah,
optimal for.
can't pour new wine into old wineskin. I
Yes,
always say.
yes. A clean foundation will give you the most and optimum healing. So anybody that speaks to me, I'll always speak of detoxing first. And you have to know that when detoxing, this is something that you can incorporate every day, because every day that we walk out of our home, every day that we're using certain products, that we're still introducing these things into our body or to our platform. So these are things that have to constantly be detoxed. So speaking of that, yes, this is a high time for people to try family members' new recipes, and to be able to bring the eggnog and all these alcoholic beverages and things on board. Everything starts in the gut. A lot of you may have heard of the gut brain axis. Your gut is your second brain. And so you don't want your brain to be foggy. A lot of people look at that like, oh, I couldn't remember where my car keys and things like that are. But a lot of those symptoms, your body is warning you that your body has heavy metals. And these heavy metals come from different foods, different additives, alcohol, smoking, just the environment alone. So when you're dealing with things like brain fog, or you're dealing with things like, irritable bowels and things like that, you want to be able to clean that foundation. So when I'll go back to saying, like, you can't fix one thing without fixing the other. So I always start from the head to the toe. So when we're talking about the brain health and detoxing the brain and getting the heavy metals out, certainly there are foods that could do it. So I'll throw the food at you first, because I'm also a master herbalist, that you want to incorporate more leafy greens in your diet. You want to definitely highlight spinach and celery, so that those guys will go in and detox your brain. As far as food, as far as a supplement that you need to get, would be spirulina. Spirulina goes in and it creates a binding around these heavy metals and around these different pathogens, and it binds around like a rubber band ball. And what it does is it guides it out of your system without allowing it to regenerate in the blood system. So a lot of times people are detoxing and they're doing certain things, but they're not binding it so that it can get out. Parasites is another big concern, especially in our community and in a lot of communities. Parasites are the number one cause of a lot of these so-called diseases. If you look at the liver fluke, a lot of people drink alcohol a lot of the times, and they're blaming it, or it's labeled as cirrhosis of the liver, when in all reality it's a liver fluke. So you have that parasite in your liver and you need to detox it. CJ mentioned the milk thistle. Milk thistle is one of the top herbs that the Lord has put here on this earth for us to clean that liver. And with Adam's milk thistle, it also has the rhodiola, which helps with the stress and depression and other types of brain fogs and things like that. So you want to make sure that you go after these systems and clean. You want to make sure that you are drinking a great quality of water, so that you flush out and detox and help the kidneys, and that you don't burn out your adrenals. So you have your kidneys, and then on top of each kidney are the adrenal glands, which are the battery packs. And so they send signals to your brain. So if those are burned out, your brain's not getting those signals. So yes, a good platform would be to detox. Good detoxers that you should bring on every single day, because we're coming in contact with different pathogens and different viruses and things every day. Would be adding that spirulina on board, adding that milk thistle on board, making sure that you're hydrated, that you're, getting at least 15 minutes of, low impact exercising, seated yoga, marching in place, walk a mile in your living room, or go to your mailbox and back a few times, walk your dog, those type of things, so that you're also activating that lymphatic system, which is the sewage system of your body. When that gets backed up, then it's hard for you to eliminate these toxins. They're just hanging out where these lymph nodes are. So under the arms, in the groin areas, you start getting puffy, you start having the brain fog and things like that. I always mention, you're not going to go to your toilet and just use the toilet all day without pushing that button to flush it. So you want to make sure that you're activating the lymphatic system and you're flushing out these toxins, and that movement helps activate, bringing on these herbs and natural foods, and changing your diet and lifestyle, and the things that you're putting on your skin are allowing our body to be able to detox on its own and eliminate these things. You're definitely wanting to, like I said, bring in these supporting herbs if you are someone that is around secondhand smoke, if you are someone that smokes yourself, or you have occasional alcoholic drinks and things like that. You want to definitely clean that platform. In that gut, a lot of us have a lot of waste, and for years and years we've had it. So you think of like a straw, and if you never rinse your straw and you're always drinking, say, smoothies every day out that straw, and you're rinsing your cup out, but you're never cleaning your straw, if you look down in that straw, you're going to see residue from every single drink that you drink in there, and it's going to start festering, and it's going to start mutating, and bacteria is going to start overgrowing. So you want to be able to clean that gut health up too, by bringing in daily probiotics. That way you have good fighters. So when you are introduced to, say your aunt came and made the mac and cheese and it didn't really agree with you, that you have the fighters on board to be able to help, flush that out of your system. So we're thinking, we want to start from head to toe, head to toe. Sorry, I'm getting tongue tied. You want to clean that brain up, bring in, like I said, bring in that spirulina and get those heavy metals out. You want to go with the gut, with the probiotics. You want to condition and not help only build, but detox that liver with that milk thistle. Those are things that you want to always have on board, to be supporting. Again, with holistic health, it is mind, body, and spirit. So you want to also reduce stressors. If you have a family member or a child or a grandchild that's calling you and bugging you and doing this and that, you don't have to answer that phone. You don't have to pick up the line and allow the people to, stress you or your boss, things. It all comes down to being able to get, and that's why it's called holistic, get your body in a whole state, and in balance, so that you are able to heal. Again, if you put your body in the right environment, you can heal. You can reverse ailments. That are labeled. Like I said, they're labeled because when you go to the allopathic community, you come with a headache. You say, "Oh, when I have a headache, I'm sensitive to light." Oh, and the headache is centralized here. It's going to get a name, such as a migraine. But what's causing the migraine? Let's come down to the root cause of it. Could very well be that you detox the heavy metals, or you change your diet, or you're having something that's coming in that's causing the mucus, that's causing the acidity, and getting your body back online in that way. That way you reduce those symptoms, and now they're gone because you attack the root cause. So you always want to think, okay, my elbow is hurting. I'm not going to just go and look at your elbow. Let's figure out, what else is going on that could be contributing to the elbow. Are you staying up? Are you sleeping at your computer desk? Are you using a pillow? So it comes down to, looking at overall your entire lifestyle and being able to, get these trigger points and get a root cause of, what's going on. I also speak of hypertension or high blood pressure. A lot of people deal with this, and they contributed to, my grandmother, my father. These people had high blood pressure, and that's why I have it. So more than we're bringing on these hereditary conditions, we're bringing on the tradition. We're still doing things that mom and dad did. We're still doing things that grandma and grandpa did, and we're still eating certain type of foods, and we're still using certain type of products. So more than we're bringing on the hereditary effects of it, we're bringing on the tradition. And so that's why we need to rebrand our homes. That's why we need to make sure that we're using utensils, that we're getting rid of the plastics, because these microplastics are carrying a lot of things that are putting a burden on our organs as well, that we are completely holistically rebranding our home, using, good detergents, using good lotions, using good oral care, using good supplements, and using things that your body utilizes as food, so that way it takes and utilizes what it needs. And then when it doesn't need, our liver is clean, our kidney is clean, our brain is functioning, and then our body knows how to eliminate. We are the only species that doesn't that runs, to get medications and things um, for symptoms, instead of fighting through it. Now, I say this to say, there is a time and a place for the allopathic community, such as emergencies, or like CJ mentioned, sometimes you catch this health concern at the very end. You didn't listen to the signs. You didn't listen to the signals. You didn't listen to your body. So at some times, yes, now there is a surgical intervention that's needing to take place. There is a certain medication that's needing to allow you to continue to be here on this earth. So at certain stages, but right now we want to focus on preventative and meeting you right where you are so that you start reversing some of these things. And then that way your body's able to regenerate new cells and that you're able to have that clean platform so that your body can get the right signals to heal.
Dr. Deyon,
Yes.
this is awesome. And I know that I'm speaking for perhaps 100% of those who are on the call listening right now. But let me be the mouthpiece and let me be the voice of those who are trying to drum up the courage to unmute and to speak. So, on this Momentum Morning show, for want of a better word, we have spoken about the microplastics and the utensils and the aluminum pots and pans and the microwave and the water and the air and about earthing. And so to sit back and to hear you articulate these issues, I must tell you, uh, it's awesome.
Thank you.
So yes, indeed, and I am really hoping on behalf of the Momentum Morning Crusaders that you will be back again and again and again because we really do intend to take the message of atomy and the spirit of atomy, serve in humility, cherish the spirit, create the vision. We really do intend to bring that to life. Seriously. And that 2026, just around the corner, will be a year like none other. So,
Yes.
Mr. Sly Downer, I'm not sure if it's Downer, but Sly reached out to me yesterday, Dr. Um, Dion, and his question, and I would really like him to shine in, but let me ask you the question that he asked me as it relates to the ethereal patches. The experience that a member of his household is having, his sister, is
Mhm.
that there's a lot of scratching that is going on with the use of the patches. Can you weigh in on this? He's on the call, and I'm curious myself. What could be going on here?
Okay, so you are let me just make sure that I have it clear. So they're using the patches and it's causing them to itch in that area so that they're scratching that area.
Correct.
Actually, actually, this actually happened to both of my sisters. Um, and it's interesting because my two sister tried to use the patches. They have the same experiences.
Mm-hmm.
My mother and my cousin uses the patches. They don't have that same experience. And the problem with my two sisters is they're feeling this burning sensation that is unbearable for them. So they are removing the patches from the pain, the area of the pain. And so I didn't know why it was happening. I was like, this is the second time I've heard it. And now it's from my other sisters having the same issue. I told her, so maybe I don't know, maybe it's trying to work through all the inflammation of the pain that is and that's reinducing this pain to you at this time. But she said she tried to keep it on for 30 minutes, but after that she was trying to wear it at night when she was sleeping, and she said she just couldn't bear it, so she had to take it off.
Okay, so I would add that the patches have essential oils, which are in their strong, essential oils are in the strongest constituents of the plant, like the strongest concentration. So the patches have not only the eucalyptus oil, but the peppermint oil, which have those burning and cooling effects, such as, if you used like a vapor rub or things like that. What I'm wondering, and that's why I'm trying to pull it up here, I was trying to see the backing, or had they been sensitive to like a bandage or like a surgical tape or anything prior to that?
Not that I'm aware of. No. Now my one sister did tell me that, she said this patch feels and reminds her a little bit like using Bengay because it
Mhm.
has that cooling and sensational feeling to it. She said
Right.
she can't use Bengay either because that bothers her skin too. So I don't know if I'm not quite sure what is causing why she has so much irritation on her skin.
Yeah, so it seems like it's causing like a contact dermatitis, meaning if something touches that layer of the skin, that it's causing irritation. What I personally would recommend from a holistic standpoint is for her to continue to use the patches, but use a carrier oil such as coke cold pressed coconut oil is very, very lubricating, has antibacterial, antimicrobial, and also helps with skin conditions, just moisturizing the skin in that way with a coconut oil or an avocado oil, and then putting the patch on. It will still stick. I know this just because that's what I do for my grandchildren. I just put a coconut oil on and then put the patch on because, like I said, those essential oils are stronger um, in that way. Like essential oils are very, very concentrated, and so they could burn. I would suggest trying that, just putting a carrier oil on first, going and making sure to rub that in for a few minutes, and then maybe 2 minutes after, then applying the patch and seeing if that helps with some of that skin sensitivity. Because if she's mentioning that that's happening also with Bengay or like a Vicks or something like that, then that menthol may just be because, like I said, they use the essential part of the plant, which is very concentrated and can call like localized irritation. So if it's bothering her, I would say try that first, because she definitely wants to utilize the benefits of the patch, but I certainly don't want her to feel uncomfortable. And then I did put my number in the chat. Reach out to me or have her call after trying that, and just see what we can do, and we can maybe powwow on some different ways that she'd be able to still utilize those. But I feel like that's going to help her a lot because, like I said, my grandson's 6. I put the oil on, I put the patch on, no concern at all, and I put it on his chest and back. He doesn't complain about it getting hot, so that may help her as well. Both of them.
Okay, thank you so much for that.
You're welcome.
Dr.
Thank you.
Deyon, good morning.
Good morning.
I
Um,
should have
hang on,
gotten
hang
in
on, hang
touch.
on, hang on, Silvio. We're gonna come to your question in a minute. I
Okay,
have Valerie, whose hand is up, and
okay.
before Valerie, a quick question to Dr. Dion. The question in the chat is, can autism be cured? And then after that, it's Valerie and then Sylvia.
Okay, I steer clear of the words cured. However, yes, you can assist the body in reversing the autism symptoms. And I also will say that everybody that has autism or has been labeled with it is going to have different spectrums or different aspects of it. So reach out to me. My very best friend, we've been friends for 33 years. Her son is 7 years old, and he was diagnosed with autism. I got him and on some supporting herbs and things, and his teacher acknowledges it. Everybody around him, it has completely turned his life around. So for me to say, yes, autism can be supported, but we won't say cured. Just because the greater force is there, you
Yeah,
have
we
to,
got it. We
kind of
got
be
it. Yeah,
mindful. But
we
absolutely,
got it. Yeah,
we can help assist your
yeah.
family or whoever has autism. Yes.
Awesome. Okay, Valerie, you want to go ahead? Oh, unmute.
Yes, good
Okay.
morning, everybody. Good morning, Dr. Dion.
Hi,
Great,
Valerie. I see you on
oh,
another platform.
so great to see you here. We are so honored to have you.
All praise.
And
Thank you.
oh, yes, we are. I can't believe that you have a grandchild.
I have
Wow,
nine grandchildren
no way.
and
You look
5 children.
amazing. You look amazing. You look
Thank you.
amazing. Anyway, I have a quick question. I had a sort of kind of negative news yesterday out of my country, out of South Africa. My brother, who is about, I think he's 66, has been suffering with epilepsy for years. And then all of a sudden, I was called very late their time last night that he has severe migraines. And I'm like, okay, Dr. Dion is coming on tomorrow, so I can maybe quickly get some tips to see if we can assist them. And what can you tell me about migraines?
So it just, like I said earlier, there's always a root cause of the concern. And there's a distinctive correlation between migraines and epilepsy.
Mm,
They're kind of one and the same. So there is different receptors that cause these things. I suggest that please take my business card and powwow with me on the side. But for a start, I would get them started on the HemoHim.
mm.
And I would do at least, at minimum, 3 packs a day, as well as the ethereal patches. You can go with cutting a small strip right over the forehead,
Yeah.
on the back of the neck, and behind the ears. That helps tremendously. If you have, a full on essential peppermint oil, you can also put a few drops there in the belly button. That will help a lot. But please, yes, give me a call. But start with the HemoHim and the patches. That would be amazing. Also, I would suggest spirulina, because again, it could be some heavy metals that are hanging out there in the brain area that's causing those headaches and those that seizure activity. So spirulina, hemohim, and the ethereal patches.
Thank you, Dr. Deyon. You mentioned peppermint oil.
Yes.
Okay, because that's international. I'll at least get them to do the peppermint oil today.
Hmm.
And then I'll definitely call you,
Yes.
not only for them, but for myself. So thank you so
Okay,
much.
that's wonderful. And if he likes cilantro, a lot of people don't. I don't mind it because I prefer benefits over the taste. So I eat for benefits and not for
Cilantro?
the taste. So yeah, cilantro is a good heavy metal until you get your spirulina on board. So start with peppermint oil, forehead, back of the neck, there on the temples if you like, and then a few drops there in the belly button, and start some cilantro in your salad, in your smoothie, full on the way that it is. That will help too.
That is great. Thank you, thank you. I love cilantro too. If I could put it on ice cream, I would. Anyway, thank you so much, and Merry Christmas to you. Thank
Oh,
you.
thank you.
Thank you, thank you.
Okay, Valerie, thank you too. You're awesome, Valerie. Merry Christmas to you too. So, um, Dr. Deon, this is wonderful. So,
Thank you.
we have Sylvia, and then Sly, and then Fortune, and then let's see where we go
Doc,
from here.
sorry. Dr. Deon, good morning again.
Good morning.
Sylvia,
Hi,
I should
Sylvia.
have gotten in touch before, but unfortunately I didn't. However, my question is, could you kindly give me an idea of what you would recommend for gout?
For gout,
Yes, please.
definitely come off the red meat if you haven't already. Red meat is very, very high in that uric acid, and that is what causes the gout. So that'd be the root cause. If the person is eating red meat, come off right away. Make sure that you are flushing, making sure that you're staying hydrated. For the pain of it, I don't believe our global mall is open, but that would be turmeric is very, very good and on one of the top herbal anti-inflammatories. So to help with that pain, you want to do like turmeric. When that global mall is open, that would be the turmericin. But for the pain, you can also do ethereal patches. And then from a holistic standpoint, you can get a tennis ball, kind of roll your foot around on it, and make sure to incorporate cherry juice. So it is the tart cherry. Tart cherry helps with gout and to neutralize the uric acid. So no red meat, tart cherry, turmeric, and you can use the patches for the pain.
Oh, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Enjoy the rest of your day. Have Merry Christmas when it comes around.
You as well. Thank you so much.
Thanks. You're most
Thank
welcome.
you, thank you, Sylvia. And Sly, over to you, Sly, quickly. All right, let's move on to Fortune.
Yeah, good morning, all.
Good
Hi,
morning.
Fortune.
Yay, nice to see you here.
Oh, yes.
Well done. How is everything going on at the center? Good,
It's
good.
going well. I haven't seen you since you were at the center,
I
so it's
travel. I
going well.
traveled to New Jersey. I'm
Oh,
now in New Jersey. So later, when I come to Atlanta, I will be there. Thank you.
Okay.
Actually, I'm a naturopathic doctor in Ghana. I practice, but here I can practice. Do you have a training here? Are you allowed to do naturopathy? Because everybody say doctor, doctor, medical doctor, medical, medical. So are you allowed to practice here?
You can practice, like I mentioned, I have different modalities. It depends on your state that you're in, and if they recognize naturopathic doctors, you may have to bring in a different modality. That's why I go under the holistic health practitioner, because I'm also a reflexologist and I do different modalities. So you just need to check with, your state. So if you're New Jersey, just check with their licensing board and see kind of what you can do and how you move. Obviously, the FDA doesn't want natural health professionals out there, because, of course, they would be put out of business if everybody started to take their herbs and supplements. But yeah, check with your state licensing board. Some states will allow you to be a licensed naturopath, where others will not. I also have licensing in Oklahoma. That's where I moved here from. And Oklahoma allows where Georgia doesn't allow. But because I have so many different hats that I wear, I'm able to still treat in that way. So you may bring on board at like a health coaching certification, so that you can, do health coaching, but because you have the knowledge of a naturopath, that you're able to bring those in. So that's what I do as well.
Thank you, dear. Thank
You're
you.
welcome, and you can call me. My
I will
number's in the
call
chat.
you. Yeah, yeah, I will call you.
I do
Actually,
offer.
people should learn. People should know that these medical people, doctors, are making money for the pharmaceutical company.
Mm-hmm.
And naturopathy is the best and holistic health practice. You should know. People should get out of those medications. They are
Mm-hmm.
drugs. They are chemicals. They are deadly. They are poisonous. We should know better. God made
Mm-hmm.
the plants, the natural stuffs for our healing since beginning of the world. We should go with all these atomic products because they are
Yes.
natural.
Yes,
They are
absolutely. And if you see
organic.
my background, it
Though,
says herbal remedies.
yeah,
I will be doing herbal classes, so that and you're more familiar with a lot of the herbs, and
I,
then
I
you'll
have
see.
a identification of herbs. I learned that. Picking of herbs, drying,
Hmm.
preparation, even
Yeah.
the dosage.
Hmm.
I learned. I have been trained for that because some of the herbs you take it more than necessary, it harms your kidney. That's
Yes.
why the doctors have been warning people don't go for herbs. Don't go for herbs. It's the
Yeah.
dosage.
Well, herbs are
So
for the healing of the
people
nation,
should
and they
know.
all have constituents that are, say, if they say, oh, that's poisonous, they all have constituents that
Mhm.
they would label as poison. You'd have to you That's why it's really important that you reach out to somebody that knows herbs, that can tell you, the dosage,
Yeah.
that can tell you how much to take, and being able to identify them. So yes, you're absolutely right.
It-
Just because it's good doesn't make it safe. So you still have to be very mindful that they can interact with certain pharmaceuticals and
yeah.
things like that. And they make them 70% of pharmaceuticals is plant medicine, is are made of plants. The 30% is the BS that they add to it, so that you have the side effects and things like that. So you want to make sure that, you're being truthful on what you're taking, especially when you come and talk to me, because I'll cross reference it all the time. I triple check to make sure that it's not going to harm you, because we want to first do no harm. And it's all about, knowing your body, and being honest about, the symptoms that you're having, the medications that you're taking. A lot of people are very shy to say, hey, I have that glass of wine, or things of that. So just being very honest for your journey, so that way you can get the best health and you're not harmed.
People should learn to drink more water on natural stuffs, especially our army products and any other organic uh,
Mm-hmm.
medication. Drink more
Yeah.
water,
Mm-hmm.
alkaline water. Test your water to know the best that you use.
Mm-hmm.
Because so many of the water I tested here, are so acidic. Taste your water before drinking.
And I'll
Thank
have
you
to
so
chime
much.
in on that too. I'm somebody that didn't have a sip of water for 5 years of regular, say, spring water or pH balanced water, because really from a cellular level, your body is thriving for H3O2, which is the water from your cucumbers, from your melons, from your berries, from your leafy greens. Your body and your cells thrive from H3O2, and that's plant water. Certainly, I'm not saying don't go drink your water, but if you're doing that, you need to still bring in those foods in their whole state. So you want to bring in the leafy greens and the berries and the melons and the cucumbers and the squashes and things like that. That's why the Lord has put these out. The herbs are for the healing of the nations. You have to let your food be your medicine. And because cucumbers are very hydrating, I have people that are on fluid restrictions and they say, I can't drink water because I'm up and down and at the bathroom and I'm taking Lasix and I'm doing this and that. I say, eat a cucumber in the evening so that you hydrate yourself from a cellular level and you're not running back and forth to the bathroom. So you just have to be mindful of kind of those type of things too. Your body's going to thrive best in a holistic state and getting the what the Lord has already put here for us.
Right. My. This is good. What we call this Momentum Morning University with Dr. Deyon, if you don't mind. So
Thank you.
before we move on to Nathan real quick, I got one for you. So we just now spoke about taking too much of what is already good for us. And I know that when we talk about the hemohim, I hear, yeah, one in the morning, one in the evening, but depending on the severity of the condition, four, some take up to six per day.
Correct.
And I understand the rationale behind it, which leads me to the next question, the vitamin B complex or the vitamin C or the vitamins. Can you, the recommended dosage for the B complex is one per day. What if you do two or three? What happens?
So with that being said, again, it's not a one size fit all. So it kind of depends on, what you're taking or what state of health that you're in. Those are supplements that, again, the body utilizes as food. It's going to keep what it needs and it's going to eliminate what it doesn't need. However, with that being said, if you have a trashed up platform, it's hard to even utilize what it needs. So it's going to just start dumping it all over in that trash can and it's just going to hold on to it. So again, you want to do the daily detoxer so that you got a clean platform. The magic number for hemohim for somebody that is very chronic or has, ailments like such as cancer and kidney failure and things like that, the magic number is 6. But then you get to where the B complex, the magic number for say somebody that has hypertension would be 2 to 4, which the recommended is 1. So certainly you can titrate and move, but you want to do this under the guidance of your health professional. You want to bring this to your doctor or your naturopath, or reach out and say, hey, I'm taking these things and this is what I have going on, so you can get that magic number for you. I always tell everybody, foundationally, follow what's on the packaging. If you are concerned or you want to take more, reach out. Let's see what you have going on, and we'll titrate and we'll give a good number for you on what you should take.
Definitely gotta have more uh, Dr. Deon on Tuesdays. Um, so before I go on to the next question with Nathan, uh, let's talk about the noni phenomenon. And I've been encouraging all the crusaders to grab a hold of the noni phenomenon. Dr. Neil Solomon, very good. I have been discovering that there's so much about noni that we don't know. I have been discovering, Dr. Dion, that this noni is the kind of guy that can neutralize medications. I'm also wondering the dosage for the noni, 2 ounces in the morning, 2 ounces in the evenings or at nights. What if it's, as far as I'm concerned, it's tasty, and I think it could be so for others. I hear others who hold the bottle to their head and just drink it. What's up with that?
So for the noni is one of my favorite products. And if you noticed or have done any research on noni is considered to be, its nickname is a gift from God. So who's going to turn down a gift from God? I'm certainly not. I personally, in my recommendations, I recommend a full 4 ounces in that fasting state. So let that be your first thing that you take in the morning. So after you've come from sleep, that your body has already regenerated cells. You're in that healing process of that sleep. That noni be your first thing that you hydrate those cells with. Again, because that is the H3O2. That is that plant water. That is also because it's fermented. It has the probiotics and things like that. So it's also, since you did the digestion process and your body has been sleep in that sleep healing state, that you're also introducing those pre and probiotics to that gut so that you get good signals to your brain. So a lot of people, they do split the dose, and I'm not saying that that is not okay, but if I was an Oni drinker, I am an Oni drinker, I do and recommend that 4 ounces first thing, that'd be that full cup, first thing in the morning before anything else, followed by full glass of you know, uh, fresh pressed juice, or your preferred drink of water, and then waiting an hour before adding in your other supplements, even your hemohim, things like that. I'd wait. So if you're somebody that's an early riser, do it early. Allow yourself enough time before you start bringing in food or other supplements, so that way it'll go directly to the cells.
Right.
Mm.
Thank you, Dr. Deyon.
You're welcome.
So,
And I guess we'll take Nathan, because I know we're about to close
yes,
out.
yes, yes.
So,
I think we might have to give him the last word. And but Dr. Deyon, we got to have you back.
okay.
Good
And then
morning.
for anybody, like I said, I wasn't able to pop into the chat, but my number is there. You can reach out to me with your question. We can get you either set up for a 15-minute consult, or I can, send that information. So,
Yes.
you know,
I'm gonna post it, and it's posted in the chat.
yes.
I reposted it, and I'm gonna post it over in the Momentum Morning chat also. So no
Okay.
problem there. So we'll take the last question for the morning from Nathan, and then we're out of here.
Good morning, Dr. Deyon. How you doing?
Hi, good morning, Nathan. Doing well,
Uh,
thank you.
okay. I got my wife here. This is the first time I really had her to get on here and listen at what you're saying, because I told her you've given me some good instructions on what I do. But she wanted to ask you a question about, I guess she's got
heart disease and heart failure.
I'll let her go ahead
And I
and
don't
answer.
know if, I don't know my cardiologist. I take a lot of medicine, but I don't know if any of this is good for heart failure and heart disease.
Yes, but you said you take a lot of medication, so I definitely want you to message me on the side so we can go through. I would say always a good foundation, it would be the noni or the hemohim. They're certainly safe. That's something that you can start
Okay.
right away, but let me get a good list of your medications, and then we can,
Okay.
fully get a good game plan for you, so that we're making sure that you get the best for your health.
Yes, ma'am. I didn't know if I needed to consult my cardiologist, or, I could just send you the information and you can try to help me.
She'll talk to you.
Yeah. So just, you can send it to me.
Okay.
Actually, if you'll text me your email, what happens usually, if you all send me your email, I'll send you my intake form, and then I'll review that and set up a time to just talk to you via Zoom or via
Okay.
phone call.
Okay.
Now I will add, I was a cardiac nurse for 12 years. And a lot of times, they know that it will work. They'll say that they can't tell you that it's okay.
Mhm.
But and many times, like I said, it is safe for you to take. And many times you're gonna take it, and you'll hear a lot of the testimonies, and then they're saying, "Hey, what are you doing?
Right.
keep doing it, type of thing. But let's look at your labs. Let's look at, any imaging or something, anything that you have. And then, like I said, we'll come up with a good game plan. So that way, when you go to your follow-up appointment, you can
Right.
also amaze them with your results as well.
Oh, great. Thank you so much.
Yes,
Thank
ma'am. You
you.
are most welcome.
Thank you, Dr.
Thank you,
Deyon.
doctor.
Oh, you are welcome, both of you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank
Happy
And the
you.
check
holidays.
and the check is still in the mail.
Okay. I've been checking my mail, Nathan, now.
The doggone post office. We got to talk to him.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Dr. Deyon,
Yes, sir.
that has been a mouthful. So much to unpack.
Mm-hmm. ACJ.
And yes, Nick.
Yeah. Before we close out, Dr. Deyon, do you have a couple more minutes? We could just go through one or two of the questions. I know some of them are some kind of repeats, but
I'm actually jumping on. I didn't know that I'd be on greater than 11, so I actually have a consultation. But I will certainly help them with the questions if they'll send me that direct message. And then when I jump off, I can address them individually. That's why I always like to post it, because I know that we're on for a certain time. I do have to jump off, but I'm more than happy to help you all with the.
All right, no problem. What I'll do, I'll go ahead and text you, download the questions in the chat and send it to you by text.
Okay.
So that way, so you know who asked the question. So that way, if they do call you, you know who it is that asked the question.
Oh, that's amazing. Thank you, Nick. That's awesome. I haven't had that option before, so that's perfect. Oh, you're hired.
Just to remind everyone that the call is recorded, so you can hop over onto Atomy Momentum Mornings on YouTube. It's all there. Yeah, I think we covered a lot, Dr. Deyon.
We did cover a lot today.
Oh yeah.
This morning. Yeah, this morning.
And we're very thankful, very appreciative on behalf of the Atomian family right here, the Crusaders. We thank you so much. And
You
we're
are
looking
most
forward
welcome. Thank you all for having me. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Deyon.
All right, so everybody,
Thank you.
Just to remind everyone
Appreciate
that
you.
we are here tomorrow. We are here on Thursday. We don't stop. Christmas morning, we gather here. We're gonna have a lime with Angeline Mason in the house, and we continue run. We're gonna close out strong and get ready, guys. 2026. Oh man, it's gonna be a storm. Wake up, shake up. Aja, aja, aja.
Aja.
Blessings, everybody. Aja.
everybody. We'll see you guys
Guys.
tomorrow. Enjoy.
Aja.